Bill Gates toilets. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation invested in a Reinvent Toilet Challenge in 2011 to generate innovative solutions that can improve sanitation services in the poorest communities. The three newly invented toilets we are going to distribute in the world are the Caltech toilet, the Terra Preta sanitation, and the Toronto toilet. To distribute worldwide successfully, our priority is those countries that have already participated in the development of the ISO 30500 to ensure the support from governments and regulators. Based on data projected by Sung Kim, a senior program officer of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Asian and African areas will be the main market, where we'll have the most serious water scarcity issues in future and have the lower rate of sewer systems access, meanwhile have the largest potential annual opportunity in the world.
Most of the multinational companies are trying to come up with corporate social responsibilities to contribute some positive well-being of community and environment. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is developing a solution for the betterment of hygiene and sanitation with an innovative and new generation of toilets in an affordable range that use waterless toilets, heat treatment and bioprocessing for human waste. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is still trying to innovate a toilet that can be socially acceptable, reduce water consumption, less maintenance, and produce useful fertilizers from human waste for both the developing and developed countries. However, they are facing challenges with ethical and corporate social responsibilities while implementing.
One of the primary challenges for implementing toilets is financial cost. It requires investments at the beginning to build the infrastructure and the technology, and later on the maintenance and the operational cost, which could be a huge burden for afford this necessary sanitation. Another challenge is community acceptance. We have to keep in mind that the new sanitation system will not be familiar and culturally acceptable for them because the different cultures have their own different norms and practices. It's important to involve local communities in planning and designing the project to promote sustainable sanitation and awareness. The third challenging factor is waste management. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation must ensure to build a proper infrastructure for effective waste management strategies before installing the toilets, or else it could create a contamination and health hazards. Collaboration with local authorities to build proper disposal treatment can meet environmental and public health standards. In addition of these challenges, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation must run campaigns and send expertise for training in these areas where they want to introduce the basic human sanitation to light up the awareness inside the community, uses of these toilets, benefits and how it will help them and their children to provide a better lifestyle in the future. Corruption can be a major obstacle to success of CSR in many countries. Political interference can lead the diversion of funds for their project because of the prioritization of their own needs. Political pressure for certain suppliers and technologies can hinder the effectiveness of the sustainable sanitation project as well.
The primary logistical challenge in distributing these toilets around the world comes in the form of a lack of suitable infrastructure and logistic services, as many of these areas being delivered to are primary undeveloped remote areas. A quick look at the 10 poorest countries in the world shows that in 2023, all 10 of the poorest countries were in the continent of Africa, but countries in almost every continent around the world could likely benefit. So most of these toilets are likely to be transported via ship to a port nearest destination and then carried inland by truck or rail transportation. One of the most important factors when shipping via boat will be port infrastructure and cranes. The toilets being shipped are much larger and bulkier than traditional toilets, most likely encompasses the structure to house the toilet in and the mechanisms to process the fecal matter. There then needs to be a smooth connection with land-based transportation to get the toilets out of the port and on their way to the destination countries.
When the ship reaches its destination port, it will be necessary to utilize rail transport to get the toilets closer to their final destination. This will stress the importance of the container terminal having the necessary infrastructure to move the containers from the ship to the rail in a smooth manner. If this movement is not possible, the toilets may first need to be moved by truck transport to the rail terminals, where the cargo would then be moved from the trucks to trains. The final leg of this journey is likely truck transportation, and the most challenging logistical factor is road infrastructure. These towns and villages are likely to be very remote, rural, and isolated areas, so there's a high chance they lack suitable roads. If we look at Africa as an example, it's reported that although 47% of their roads are paved, less than 50% of their rural population even has access to roads to begin with. Road infrastructure consists of quality, which is being free of defects and potholes, and density, which is the number of roads that link various towns and cities within an area. In situations where road infrastructure is available, small trucks can make toilet deliveries. But in situations where no roads are available, it may be necessary to even fly the toilets in their last mile, showing just how complicated this logistical transportation process can be.